Yeah, carrot. He goes, oh, I'm rickety. I've got gout. I don't have gout. Hello, welcome. My name is Star. I'm a content creator on TikTok. So this month in July, this is the last video in a series of videos that I have done alongside my housemate Charlie, and some of it on going for cosmetic / plastic surgery in Turkey. I do recommend, if you haven't already, watching the other videos in the series previous to this, because otherwise some of this might not necessarily make sense. So this one's a pretty simple and easy one, and if you're here watching it, you're probably interested, but it's a packing list. This is your checklist on what to and not to bring with you if you're going for cosmetic surgery in Turkey. One of the first things Charlie and I noticed after we'd had the surgery in Turkey is that we'd both bought full-on hold bags. We could have got away with going with carry-on luggage, potentially even just a rucksack with the stuff that we actually needed, and there were some things that I didn't know I should have brought with me and I hadn't. So let's get straight into it. So just to clarify what we had, so the surgery I had a rhinoplasty, I had buccal fat surgery in my cheeks, and I had Vaser liposuction on my legs. And Charlie had boob implants, breast implants is probably the best way to say that, and she had eyelid surgery. I think it's called a Blepharoplasty. I've ruined that. So I've asked Charlie as well, and I'm going to give you a rundown of things you need to bring, bearing in mind each of those surgeries, and then a general one for everyone, no matter what surgery you're having. I'll timestamp it below. So let's start with rhinoplasty. The very first thing that made me realise I need to do this video, and I'm so incredibly glad I brought it with me because it was a random afterthought, but the first thing you need to bring with you if you're going to Turkey is a sun hat. Something that nobody tells you beforehand, and you don't even think to ask, is the fact that you can't wear sunglasses or any type of glasses on your face once you've had rhinoplasty. It's been 4 weeks since I've had this done. I can't wear my glasses until September, and I wear prescription glasses as well. So a sun hat is essential because obviously you're in a hot country, it's sunny most of the time. Without that sun hat on my head, although I didn't look great, it would have been a much harder experience because you can't wear sunglasses and there's no alternative to sunglasses rather than a hat. Obviously you can bring a baseball cap if that's easier for you, but I recommend a sun hat because you're covered for most areas. And I still have to wear it now because even though I'm back in the UK, right now we're in the height of summer, it's actually sunny in Manchester. What were the chances? Highly recommend buying one. I'll link down below the one that I got from ASOS. I've actually bought 2 of them since then, and I'll link some other alternatives because I think that one was about 15 quid, whereas you can get much cheaper ones obviously. Number 2, if you wear prescription glasses, sunglasses, whatever, you need to bring contact lenses with you. You do not want the bridge of your nose to change shape, and if you wear your glasses because they lean on the bridge of your nose, it will change the shape of the rhinoplasty you've just paid 2.5 grand for. I highly recommend bringing contact lenses with you. I have never worn them before, and I didn't bring them with me at the time, and I was literally blind the whole time I was there. I couldn't wear my glasses at all until I got home and I fashioned this. Done! I mean, I'm not really the shameful type, like I don't get shamed up, but this isn't really a going out outfit, do you know what I mean? So like, I have invested in contact lenses now, but everyday wear, I'm literally wearing this. This is a headband that I've tied a baby wipe and a hair toggle to, and then attach my glasses so that it doesn't touch the bridge of my nose. I mean, Dragon's Den is calling me right now. Number 3, something I carry with me on every time I go on holiday, but a lot of people don't, scissors. You would not believe the amount of times you will need scissors on this cosmetic surgery journey, but when you have your brace and your, I call it a snot rag, put on, you have to cut tape for it, sometimes you have to cut the material for it, and you're not provided with scissors. Usually they cut these things for you, but if you run out and you need to cut something smaller or blah blah blah, blah, you're gonna need scissors. So I highly recommend bringing them with you. Obviously if you're just taking hand luggage, which I promise you now, you only need to take hand luggage, buy them when you get to the airport on the other side. Istanbul airport is the most ridiculous airport I've seen in my life. It will have some somewhere. Number 4, baby wipes. It is essential to have baby wipes. With a rhinoplasty, the most annoying thing about it is you're basically snotting at all times. So having baby wipes, they don't like break up as much as tissue, and they're not as harsh on your face. By the time it got to like 3-4 days in of my recovery with my brace and my snot rag on, I was using baby wipes to wipe my nose instead of tissue because it hurt a lot less and it was less like irritating for my nose. So highly recommend bringing baby wipes. And also as well, just the feeling of being able to wipe your face with a baby wipe, like in the cracks and crevices between your brace, stuff stuck to your face. It's a nice sensation in a time where most of the sensations are very uncomfortable. This wasn't originally on the list, but now that I've just mentioned it, if you don't want to wear contacts or you're squeamish about contacts or whatever, I actually suggest making one of these. Like, I've looked online for one somewhere. One person in my DM said that they found one on Amazon, but they were based in the US, so maybe the US have some. I just got a headband, tied, this is a baby wipe, get some string, man, and get a black headband or something, and just fashion yourself one of these so it doesn't sit on the bridge of your nose. Because honestly, not being able to see for a week is long. Adding that to the checklist of things you need to bring with you, should you want to see in Turkey. Right, moving swiftly on. I've done rhinoplasty, we're moving straight on to Vaser liposuction. Specifically, this is for legs, but I think it would come into the same category as the rest of your body. Number one thing is bringing smock dresses / long shirts. When I had my Vaser liposuction, and it's the same with everyone else, I'm assuming with normal liposuction as well, you get put in compression leggings. In those compression leggings, there is a hole for your, what's a word that will be okay on, can you say clunge? You have a hole in the clunge piece. Can I say clunge? You have a hole in the vag area to go for a wee, basically. The only time you take your compression leggings off is if you're going for a poo and if you're going in the shower. But you still can't shower for at least a few days anyway, because you have to wait until your incisions are closed up enough for you to be able to go in the shower, basically. So, to make sure your modesty is kept safe, ensure you bring with you long smock dresses. They don't have to be long, but they have to be at least mid-thigh length, and long shirts, so that you can cover yourself up but they're still kind of flowy, because it is warm there. Like, if you plan on going outside at all, they're easy to get off should you need to go to the toilet, etc, etc. But I would say do not go without having packed those things, because you will need them. Number two, this is the questionable one for if you've had Vaser liposuction on your legs. I would say bring a shiwi. So a shiwi is a contraption that's basically like a funnel for a woman that you put down by your vag so that you can wee standing up. It's usually used for like festivals and things like that. But if you've had Vaser liposuction, even if you've had like a mummy makeover where it's like on your stomach, you can't sit down. It's gonna be painful, it's gonna ache a lot because you're very, very bruised. The swelling around your body moves. That's something that I mentioned in my last video and something that I really wish I knew before I went to Turkey. So even if you have your stomach done, that swelling is likely to move further down your body and obviously cause bruising and therefore a little bit of discomfort, shall we say. So bring a shiwi. You can just stand there, go about your business, wash it in the sink, Bob's your uncle, you're done, you've had a wee. If you're going for a poo though, you're Oh! One more to add to the liposuction section, compression socks. So you get compression leggings, but you don't get compression socks. My feet swelled up, look at them here. My cankles were massive. Bring compression socks with you. Oh, moving on. The next one I'm moving on to is breast implants. Obviously, I've not had breast implants. It's Charlie that's had these, but she gave me these notes off the back of the fact that we've been doing these videos together. But I wanted to keep her bits in as well, because if you've been following this whole journey, you might be here to know about breast implants. The number one point for breast implants, and the first thing she said when I mentioned this question to her, was bring a neck pillow. She didn't know, I didn't know. I don't know whether it's common sense, but you have to sleep upright when you've had breast implants. You can't sleep lying down on your back, on your front, on your side. You have to sleep like this. She was slept like this. I'll prove it. She slept like that the entire time we were in Turkey and for about a week after when we got back here. So I think she still sleeps slightly upright or with a lot of pillows, but it's been 4 weeks now, so obviously she's getting much more used to it. And like, when you get breast implants, she said often that one of the main things was that they're very heavy. If you obviously come from having a lot smaller boobs to a lot bigger boobs, you're adding a couple of pounds to your body. If you were sleeping on your back, that'd be pressing down on you, but you can't anyway. They advise you to sleep upright. So a neck pillow is really important, because it is like sleeping on an airplane chair. You've just got a bit more legroom than Ryanair. God, I hate Ryanair. Ryanair, if you're watching this, please sponsor me. Number 2 on breast implants is only bring clothing that you can step into. Don't bring anything that you have to put over your head, because when you have breast implants, you're going to be limited because of the skin stretching in being able to move your arms. So here's another exhibit A of Charlie after her boob implants.
Are you okay? Do you want some help?
Bring like button-up shirts, button-up dresses, you know those wide jumpsuits that you can get that are really like flowy and stuff, like elasticated. Don't rely on anything that's going to be able to go over your head, because depending on how big your boobs are, how much skin you've got there, you're going to be a lot more limited on how you can move your arms. Bear that in mind when you're packing the clothes that you're going to pack. And the third one that Charlie said was ask for extra pillows. As I said, you're gonna be sleeping upright, so ask for as many pillows as you can. But one thing that Charlie's got that she said has made her life a hell of a lot easier is Charlie just happens to have one of those triangular pregnancy pillows here. I wouldn't say necessarily bring those to Turkey, because like trying to carry that is an absolute mission. But she said it's so much easier to sleep having one of those I'll put a picture of them here. But one of those pregnancy pillows will really help your sleep, because obviously it's not nice having to sleep upright, and that's what I mean and what she means when we say it's just an uncomfortable thing, recovery, because you're not at tip-top. Moving on, and this one is just a general, just things that you should bring with you regardless of what surgery you're gonna have. Number 1, your own painkillers. This does not mean that you do not get given enough painkillers. That's not the case at all. So the painkillers that they give you, they will last for the entire time you're there, or the entire time they need them to last depending on your surgery. But one of the main things about the painkillers that they give you is you get really bad constipation. So after you get to day 3, it's quite uncomfortable. So what I did was, instead of taking one of my painkillers in the morning from the surgery, I would wait until later on to take that one, and instead take a couple of ibuprofen, and then that'll allow you to go for a poo, basically. But I do recommend speaking to your doctor/patient coordinator should you decide you want to do that, because obviously they will recommend what's best for you based on the medications that you have. Number 2, a translator app. Download one on your phone immediately should you not use the one on Google Translate. There might be an even better one. I recommend getting the best one you possibly can. Most of the time you'll get to speak English, but there will be times when you'll need to at least be able to translate English to Turkish and Turkish to English. So make sure you've got some kind of translator ready. Number 3, this is something that your booking coordinator will tell you: loose pajamas. I cannot tell you how much time I spent in the only pair of loose pajamas that I brought with me. I promise you now, if it's not comfortable, do not bring it with you. You want loose, easy to wear clothing. Don't bring anything tight. Don't bring anything that you don't already find comfortable. If you think you're gonna be wearing a bra at all the whole time you're there, you are wrong. You just wanna be as comfortable as humanly possible. So comfortable pajamas are a must. Number 4, undershirt bum bag. So on the way to Turkey, you'll be required to bring with you a lot of cash. Most places take cash. They do take card, but you'll have to pay a premium if you want to use card. So I would recommend going on Amazon and buying a t-shirt bum bag, so one that goes underneath your t-shirt to keep your cash in and like your passport in and stuff like that. It was really, really handy, and obviously for safety reasons, it makes it a lot safer because it's attached to your body and no one can see it. Link down below to the one that I used. And the last one in this general category, sliders. Sliders, you just put your foot in and go. Oh my God, it's so simple. You don't want anything that makes your life difficult, so don't bring anything that does that. Anyone who brings a pair of heels with them, honestly, you shouldn't be allowed to go to Turkey because you are not gonna need them, so don't bring them. And then the final part of this video is what to bring in your hospital bag. This is something that I had not even thought about. I did my hospital bag about 15 minutes before I had to get into the transfer taxi. Number 1 thing, and probably in the top 3 things of all of this video, is when you're going to hospital, make sure you have a lot of water in your bag. When you wake up from surgery, you can ask the nurses for water, but it will come to you in tiny little cups. Fam, I could have drank 10 of those straight, and I ended up rationing them because I felt guilty. I know it's their job and they would have brought me as many as I wanted, but you know when you're just one of those people that you're just like, I don't want to ask. So I really wish that I'd brought like a big 2 litre, 5 litre bottle of water with me so that I didn't have to keep asking for water from the nurses, because you aren't provided with water in the rooms. Make sure you bring a lot of water with you, regardless of the fact that you won't be able to drink it for 8 or 9 hours before the surgery. And I think that's why I forgot to bring some. And then finally for your hospital bag, these are just obvious things in case for some reason they don't go in your head. Phone charger, spare pants, long t-shirt. If you're overnight, you particularly need those things. And I plugged it in my charger and left it on like the bedside table before I went into surgery so that like I could just grab it should I need it. Think of things that will make your life easier when you're in the room before surgery, ready for when you come out afterwards, because you will be a lot more limited once you come out afterwards. And that's pretty much it. That was literally that simple. I know I've talked for quite a long time, but I hope I've given you as much information as possible as to why. But I will say this. Anything that I've not mentioned so far, you don't need. So like the day-to-day essentials that you might use at home in the UK to go to work, or just in your everyday life, for example, makeup, don't even bother. You do not need to bring any makeup with you. The only thing I used out of it was moisturizer and baby wipes. That was it. This isn't a holiday, and although it's like, oh, it's exciting, I'm going on a plane, I'm going to Turkey, it's very hot, it's very nice. When you get there, you realize it really isn't. You're drained for a lot of the time, so you just want to use things that make your life easier. So you can do it with a carry-on case. 100% you can do it with a carry-on case. Just loose clothes, all the things that I've said in the checklist should they be relevant to you. Thank you so much. This is the last in the Turkey series so far, unless you've got any suggestions. So please comment down below anything that you think, oh, Star, you've not covered that. Don't have a day off. Go and get that done. Any questions that you might have, I might be able to do a part 2 of the Q&A if I've left a lot of stuff out. But I've really enjoyed doing this series, and so if I can make anything more of it, I will. Please subscribe, like, comment, share, do your thing. Thank you very much. Peace.